you to share on the Greyhound, but you don't own none of the Greyhound. Let's go shop in Walmart together with the white folks, but you don't own no controlling interest in Walmart. I want control. Because power is the only thing that brings people respect. Marcus Messiah Garvey said, a people without power and authority over nothing is a people without respect. The world will laugh at you. Look at them black people. What do they own? They got a lot of Jesus, a lot of Muhammad, a lot of Moses. And nothing wrong with that. But you got to translate your religious energy into an economic reality. Let me tell you something about Jesus, Muhammad, and Moses. Because their spiritual power was so great, they automatically became politically relevant where they lived at. You cannot be a spiritual powerhouse and not make an impact in the lives of black people. It's impossible. Jesus' meditation was so great that Caesar had to do something about him. Muhammad's so great that the tribe of Quraysh that he even came from had to sit him down. Moses so great, they say, be it true or not, but the fable goes that Pharaoh had to come and check on this brother. So don't tell me you so holy. You so holy. But yet your holiness ain't making a difference in Cincinnati. What black man has ever been able to keep his woman in the house? Show her damn hands. I'm looking for the oppression in the hood. And last but not least, what black man has ever been able to control what his women wears out the house? Show her hands. She wear what she want. Talking about a woman can't wear pants. As much as we love to see a black woman in pants, are you crazy? Yeah. All I'm saying to my feminist sisters, if you have to go from white feminist movement to African womanist movement, the African womanist movement does not see the black man as an enemy but as an ally. The African womanist movement says that the black woman can challenge the black man on his sexist ideology. But the African womanist movement says that the black woman should never go to the white woman and ask her to help her beat up on a man who's always been beat the hell down enough. During the civil rights movement. She was good enough for you during the black power struggle. But all of a sudden, the black woman ain't good enough for you no more. Let me explain something to you, my brothers. Your core beliefs dictate everything you do. Male or female, this is psychology. In other words, if you have a core belief that black women are divine, you could never find yourself with anything other than her. And if you can't find the one you need, you would just go on searching. But if you have a core belief that white folks are better than black folks, then you will keep on looking until you find a white female. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think a black woman should ever date a black man who's been with a white female. Throw his ass out. Throw his ass out. Your son, your grandson, your uncle, throw his ass out. But I would go the other way too, black woman. If a sister lets a devil, if a black woman would spread her God-given assets for a devil to climb his ass up in God's universe, I don't think a brother should ever bless that womb again either. some of you will say, Dr. Umar Johnson sounds racist. But I ain't told you to hate nobody. I'll never tell you to hate nobody because that's not our culture. I help little white boys, little white girls, Chinese parents call me for assistance. I'll help anybody as long as I ain't got to take from my own. But the problem is, we've been made to be so afraid of being unapologetically African that when one of us is, it looks like he's preaching hate when he's preaching love. Shaking him, come on, I know it's an Italian up there somewhere, come on. You ever seen an Italian brag about black blood? They sure got it. That's why their skin is olive and their hair is black. You ever hear the Irish brag about their Africanity? You ever heard of the black Irish? Something they like to keep a secret? European Jews, have you ever heard them talk about their African ancestry? Being a Semite means you have something and have something else. What's the other else? Nobody's running around bragging about being half African, but the minute an African is half something, he act like he hit the damn lottery. Make up your damn mind whether you will be black or white. And I said, yeah, Dr. Umar, black people don't trust me because you ain't made up your damn mind what you want to be. At the Umar lecture, you got on your dashiki, hair all wrapped the hell up. Ancient Egyptian name, Tom Nam Kara. And when I catch your ass in the suburbs, you Billy Weinberger with your grandparents. Make up your mind. I don't play the biracial game. Black people have been in America over 500 years and even longer than that, but we've never been referred to as biracial until 2000. You wonder why? Why now? Why wasn't we biracial in 1700 if you had a white parent? Why wasn't you biracial in the 1500s? Why wasn't you biracial during slavery? Why wasn't you biracial in the 19th century? Frederick Douglass was biracial. His mother was raped by Aunt Harriet. Nobody called him biracial, they called him a nigger. You don't get biracial until the year 2000 when America decided to adopt the policy of multiculturalism. Like that. Making black people think race don't matter, only your culture. In fact, we're so diverse that if you have anything of another race floating through your blood, you can lay claim to that. Confusing Negroes. The number one strategy to keep black folks oppressed is to confuse the hell out of them about what exactly America is up to regardless. Blowing up the ground, they want the rain, but can't stand the thunder or the lightning. They want the ocean, but they're scared of the awful roar of its waters. He said this struggle we have might be moral, or it might be physical, or it might be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. He said, for 20 years, I prayed on my knees to God for freedom. But the good Lord gave Frederick no freedom until I got up off my knees and started praying with a single parent. They're going to pressure you to death until you put the kid in special ed or on Ritalin or Adderall or Concerta or Cyclin or Meditate, and I don't want that. So ladies, even if you single, you married. Well, why haven't we seen Raheem's dad? He drives trucks during the day. But the worst thing you can do is go in there and try to get them to feel some pity for you. This is what y'all mothers do. It ain't your fault. I just don't want you to do it no more after the day. You go in there, listen, y'all can't keep calling me. I got a brand new job. I can't keep taking off the company. Is this something y'all can do for him? I'm the only parent, his father in jail. I ain't got no family support. It's just me and my 3 children. Can y'all please work with me? That's the worst thing you could have done. You went in there, they ain't got no damn sympathy. The school is an extension of the prison. And what you tell the teacher can and will be used against you. They know you ain't got no support. They know they ain't got no daddy in the house. They know that you got a job that you can't afford to lose. They got you now. Now they're gonna call you more and more. I'm about to lose my job. Well, you know, Miss Williams, there are other options. Let us explain two. Number one is special ed. Have you heard of that? It's a program where we give children who have trouble learning special supports. Your son will never repeat another grade again. He will automatically be passed all the way through school, even if he don't learn nothing. He'll never fail. He'll make the honor roll every marking period. We will never call you again. He gets a behavior plan. And guess what? If you take the report down to the Social Security Administration office, you can get a check. So that's one solution we have. The other solution we have, we know a good psychiatrist downtown. You know, some kids have a problem called ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I know because my son has it. And I think your son may have it. And we would like for you to go get him evaluated by the psychiatrist just to see. And you can't say no. Because guess what they're going to say? We feel as though that if you don't go and get this evaluation, we may have to call Child Protective Services because your son has a problem and you're in denial about this. See, first they start off sweet, but when they don't get you to do, then they come in hard on you. And then they call the social worker. She lives at home by herself. She got 3 kids. I think the oldest kid is being left at home at night while the mom goes to work, and he's watching those 2 underage siblings by himself. And this is exactly why I tell y'all, never let the school counselor counsel your child. Never let the school counselor counsel your child, because the school counselor ain't doing no counseling. They doing an investigation into home disintegration. If the school ever tells you your son or daughter needs to talk to somebody, they need some kind of counseling, you tell them, I'm going to get my own counseling. Never use the school. Never use the school, because all they're going to do is get in your business. Next thing you know, they call you talking about something. Your daughter said she smells marijuana at night. I'm telling you, if you don't do what they want, they try to break up the home. That's right. You know what ADHD is? ADHD ain't nothing but ain't no daddy at home disorder. They miseducate from birth to 2nd grade. Then from 2nd grade to 6th grade, they want to hit you with special ed. Miss Rashida, could you mind if we evaluate Raheem because he's in the 5th grade and reading on the 2nd grade level? Can we test him, please, to see if he has a learning disability? Now, nobody's going to tell you that when your son gets tested, the tests we use do not diagnose any kind of disability. I hope y'all listen. The test gives me numbers. And from those numbers, I draw a conclusion, an assumption, a hypothesis, a professional guess. That based on these numbers on Raheem's IQ test, which is racist and culturally biased, based on these numbers on Raheem's achievement test, which is racist and culturally biased, I believe, I don't know a damn thing, I believe that your son may have a reading disability. It is only an opinion. The problem is y'all love taking white people's opinions about black children and treating it like it's the gospel truth. Now, Dr. Umar evaluates Raheem. The white psychologist said he got a reading disability. I'm going to evaluate him. I'm going to find out he got an ABT, which means ain't never been to hell taught in the first place. Did y'all hear that? That's the real diagnosis in Cincinnati. My son ain't never been taught. What do you mean? I mean that last year he was suspended 5 days a month. 5 days times 9 months is 45 days. My son had missed over a month of school because y'all keep suspending him. The year before last, my son had a teacher who went out on maternity leave in December. He had about 10 substitutes until the end of the school year. The year before that, my son had a teacher who came fresh out of University of Cincinnati. First year white teacher from the suburbs. Could barely teach her own self anything. No kids learned that year. So the reason my son is in the 5th grade reading on the 2nd grade level is because he never been taught. So he's not going to special ed because we don't do prison in my house. And we don't do excuses. Let me tell you what you're going to do. Since you identified that he got a reading challenge, he has a reading delay. He has a reading discrepancy. He does not have a reading disability. You're going to go into your Title I money. You know the money you get from the federal government for the so-called poor black kids? And you're going to get my son a damn tutor, and you're going to get his reading skill up to grade level. That's what you're going to do. But this baby, you cannot have for your special ed factory.